Hi everyone, I'm going to be showing you how to do zombie makeup today for Halloween. So you can see I have my silk primer. I'm going to do a few pumps on my fingertips, and you can see that I'm going to be spreading it all over my face and really pressing it into my pores to make sure that I have a nice clean base for my makeup. This will make sure that it looks really even and doesn't have any holes or patches. It's really important at this point that you let your silk primer dry. You don't want to be applying makeup over wet primer. So I'm taking my time here. I'm making sure that it's totally dry before I apply my Make Sense foundation in the shade Dewy. I'm going to be applying only half a pump onto my makeup brush, and then I use a stippling motion to apply my foundation all over my face. That helps it look more even and won't be splotchy, and it'll look a lot more natural. Now I'm going to be using our color concealer. This is the shade White, obviously. I'm going to be using a ton of product to make my face look super undead. Usually if you're just using this to lighten and brighten and highlight, you only use a tiny bit, maybe a drop. But I really want to look dead, so I'm using a ton. Using the brush at this point was not enough. It wasn't blending well enough, so I'm bringing out a beauty blender and really just making sure that there's no obvious splotches. Getting it all along my jawline, my hairline, under my eyes, really making sure that my entire face has that white pallor. It's really important when you're using a beauty blender to make sure that the sponge is damp. That way it won't absorb any extra product. Starting to look a little freaky, guys. Next, I'm going to make my face even more white. I'm going to use Shadow Sense in Snow. This is a pure white. It's matte, and I'm spreading it all over my face. This was really weird for me because usually with Shadow Sense, a tiny bit goes a long way, and you do not need a lot. So this was a ton. I'm just going to spread it out again with that beauty blender to make my face look even more pale. The beauty blender was not blending it as well as I wanted, so I'm just going to use my brush to smooth it out a little bit more. Make it all even. Alright, I'm ready to work on my eyes. So I'm going to be using Granite Shadow Sense. I'm going to be putting it directly onto a beauty blender, as you can see there. And then I'm dabbing it all around my eye socket. I love Shadow Sense because it is a cream to powder finish. So you put it on your face and then you're able to move it around for about a minute, and after that it sets. So here I'm just really blending it out, making sure that there's no obvious lines in my eye socket. And I'm going to go ahead and work on my other eye. Now I want to kind of contour my face, make it look more skull-like. So I am putting that Granite Shadow Sense all around the outside edges of my face and really just dabbing it out to make it look dead. Getting spooky. So now I'm going to be using Shadow Sense in the shade Smoked Topaz. This is going to give me more of a greenish pallor and really just add some depth and color to my face. So I'm just dabbing it directly on my eyelids and in my whole eye socket really. And then just spreading it out with my fingers. I should use brushes, but I'm just more comfortable with my fingers. And really spreading it out, giving it a blotchy appearance. Again, just to even out the edges, I'm brushing it with my makeup brush, making it all look even and natural. This is the part I am most excited for, is to put the Onyx Shadow Sense on. That's a pure matte black. So I am slightly nervous about this, so I'm just going to put it on a beauty blender first so that I can dab it onto my eyelids like I did the Granite. This is pretty much the same thing that I have been doing. I'm just blending it on, dabbing it out, really making my eyes look more skull-like. I kind of decided I was done using the Beauty Blender, so I just directly applied it onto my face with the applicator and spread it out with my fingers. I decided I needed a little bit more contouring around my jawline, so I'm just adding some more Granite Shadow Sense down there. And then blending it out with my brush. Okay, my eyes are done, so I am going to be using Liner Sense in Blue Red. I'm using this because it has a tiny little thin brush. I'm going to be using this to paint blood on my eyes. So I should not have done this part. It makes me laugh now that I thought it would be an okay idea. But Liner Sense is lip sense. It has alcohol in it, so you probably don't want to put it right on your waterline for your eyes. Just saying. It would have been better if I put it on my lash line. Well, right here, I'm doing that. I learned that I had made a bad choice. So doing it on my lash line would be better instead of putting it right on my waterline. So learn from my mistakes. And then seriously, I don't know what I was doing, but I'm just dying laughing at myself right now. Do not put liner scents on your waterline, guys. It's gonna make your eyes really red, for real. I was crying a little bit here. So yes, just use it as a liner. Put it on your lash line, and then you can draw little squiggly blood things coming down from your eyes after you've done this. I'm really freaked out by myself, so I said it's so freaky right here. But I love how it looks. It's really coming together. So I'm going to do some blood coming down from my nostrils. And then after that, I'm going to work on my lips. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time right here, but you want to be sure that you apply lip sense to clean, dry lips. So I'm going to get a cotton round that's dampened with some water and just rub my lips off. Make sure that all that concealer and foundation that I've put on my face is not on my lips. And zombies need mascara, right? So I'm doing my mascara. I'm just curling my lashes, and then I'm going to be using our Lash Sense. It's black, and this is waterproof mascara. It's really, really great. I love it so much. It's not a very thick formula, so it doesn't get clumpy on your lashes. The wand is a little bit curved, and I just love how full it makes my lashes. Alright, so now that my lips are clean and dry, I'm going to be using Lip Sense, that's in the shade Icicle. It is a clear lip sense. This is awesome for layering with colors if you want to make them lighter. It's also really great for using Shadow Sense on your lips. You put Icicle on your lips, and then Shadow Sense, and then another layer of Icicle. And that helps the longevity of the Shadow Sense and gives you a bunch more variety of colors that you can wear on your lips. So I'm just letting that dry. I only did one layer. And for my Shadow Sense, I'm going to be using Snow. That's pure white, like the one I used on my face earlier. And I'm scraping most of the product off because it is super saturated. And I'm just putting the applicator directly onto my lips, spreading it all out. You don't have to worry about not going back and forth with the Shadow Sense, but I'm going one direction just because it's pure habit. Then I'm blending it out with my fingers because I want it to kind of match my skin and not have that sharp, distinct line. And then we're doing the same thing on the top lip. One layer of snow. Just gonna put it all over and then blend the edges out. And I'm sure someone is going to ask me, but I'm not using the Snow Lip Sense because it is shimmery and zombies don't have sparkles, so I want that matte look for my lips. So since Shadow Sense takes a really long time to dry on the lips, about 2 to 5 minutes-ish, I'm going to be doing my eyebrows. They are a little obvious, so I'm just putting Granite Shadow Sense in them to make them blend in more with my eye sockets. So now I'm going to be taking the Liner Sense again, and I'm going to be drawing some blood squigglies down my corners of my lips. And then I'm also going to be putting some lines on my lips to make it look like my lips are cracked. One thing I did try to do here was kind of purse my lips so that I could see the natural lines that are already there so that I could put that Liner Sense in those lines. Super freaked out, guys. So I'm just making sure my lips are totally dry from the Shadow Sense, and then I'm going to be taking another layer of Icicle and putting that on top. I do use a disposable applicator because I don't want any Shadow Sense or any of the Liner Sense to come off onto my regular applicator. That can happen with the Icicle because it is just clear and it's a huge concentration of alcohol in there. So I'm going to just be dabbing it really on my lips, very, very lightly going on. My lips are totally dry now, so I'm going to be using Pearl Gloss on top of my lips. You could also use the matte gloss, you could use Glossy Gloss, you could even use Bougainvillea gloss if you wanted it to look kind of bloody. But I just decided to go with Pearl since it is kind of white and pearlescent. So my right hand is totally clean, and you can see that no makeup is coming off. None of my eyes, none of the blood, none of my white face. It's staying put. That left hand does have makeup on it, but as you can see, it's not budging. So if you were to have this look with SeneGence makeup, you could go out, you could eat, drink, have fun, and none of it would come off. I just had to take my hair down for the full effect. My crazy dirty hair. So greasy. But I think it looks pretty dang good. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and feel free to subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.